All right, it's that time, Tuesday night, and it's time for the All Over Overland show. So tonight's gonna be fun because we're gonna have I think, a really cool opportunity for someone out there. So before we get started, excuse me, I got a little, what do they say, congestion. But first, before we bring Michael in, let's think. Holy crap, my light just went out. What the hell? If this is any indication of the show tonight, damn it. Anyway, let's talk about our sponsors real quick. Want to thank Chad at Overland Attic. And Chad's got some pretty cool stuff going on. We're going to mention a little event that he has here soon. Michael and I'll talk about that when he gets on in just a minute. The guys at the Overland Essentials, Brian and Levi, which happen to be at King of the Hammers right now. So if you're at the King of the Hammers, go find those guys. They got some pretty good deals going on. And Theo down at Rugged Bound. And of course, we must talk about Midland, USA. And they have hooked us up this year and they have partnered up with us. And we're just extremely grateful to have them on board with us. And we have a few little things that we have planned to do with them. And so I'm pretty excited about that. So, anyway, special thanks to all of them and all of you for listening and watching. We do really appreciate it. So, how about we bring on a buddy and the host of the show, Michael Hyden.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in and joining us on this live version of the All Over Overland show. We are actually being played on two different channels, Overland Radio's YouTube page and the All Over Overland YouTube page. We're trying something a little different. We're making a push towards the YouTube more so than the Facebook, but we share the links on those Facebook pages. So yeah, thanks for coming on here. We really do appreciate it. Dude, so we're going to get into our guest here in a little bit, and what's happening in his neck of the woods is crazy. So our guest is from Phoenix, and I just saw a news article that a hiker found a skull and they've had to temporarily close the park near Phoenix because there's dead bodies everywhere.
Who do we know has been in Phoenix recently that's sketchy?
I'm sure we know somebody that's been through there. Yeah, probably. So anyway, so that's crazy. What did I say? It was the mountain. Here, let me check real quick. Do a little bit of fact checking here real fast.
Hey, while you're doing that, let's talk about this upcoming Friday.
This upcoming Friday sounds fun. Wish I could be there.
5 to 7 at the Overland Attic store there in Nixon, Missouri. They're going to have rigs and swigs. And
I like the name.
So dig the name. I mean, leave it to Chad to come up with something. Yeah, to come up with something awesome. Exactly. So 5 to 7 this upcoming Friday.
Now, is that a bring your own, or is that there's going to be some there? Do we know?
Oh, I heard Chad.
Chad's in here.
Chad's in here, and don't take me for my word at this, okay? Because Chad might kill me. But I mean, I think Chad's probably going to have like beer trucks and an open bar and
strippers.
Okay, strippers. I wasn't going to
say. Hey,
look
who's in here.
Hey, Theo in here. We were just talking about the. No, Chad's. I don't know what Chad's plan is for the. Oh, Chad says all those things. Thumbs up.
All those things. Very nice. I like it. Right on. Okay, so we got that. The park in Phoenix is the South Mountain Park and Preserve in Phoenix. So a hiker found a skull, and they are finding more remains there. If you found the skull, obviously this happened a long time ago. It's not like they're fresh bodies, I wouldn't think. But how crazy is that? Okay, here we go. Beer samples from 4x4 Brewery.
Oh, they've been there before when he did his grand opening and all. They were good. It's also BYOB. No
poles
poles
on the awnings. True. You don't need them.
I thought Theo was had lots more confidence in his product than that. You mean you can't?
It has a pole. You could use it. You just don't need the poles.
It's just for midget strippers.
Wow.
Oh wait, can you say that?
We're going down the wrong road. We're going down the wrong way. Hey, I just released a controversial YouTube video. Did you get a chance to check it out? You probably didn't, did you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I did.
SUV
versus pickup. Trucks. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
You had a lot of valid points in there.
When it comes down to it, I think they're both solid, capable vehicles. Go check out the video. I'd appreciate it. But when it came down to it, I feel that a pickup truck has more build options than an SUV. You can just do more different kind of builds with a truck than you could with a limited SUV because of the way the body is.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thought and purpose in the video and going through. And yeah, I compared the Liberty to the Frontier, but those are from my experience. I didn't want to talk about a 4Runner because I've never owned one.
Well, at least it's
and what I'm talking about is how you build it, not actually the necessarily the Liberty itself. Although there's a little soft spot in my heart, for that man right there, Mr. Mason Berry. Love you to death, man. Miss you. Can't wait to see you again. I guess probably the MOORE Expo is the next time I'll see him.
Wow, that's a long time.
It is. It's going to be a good time. That's going to be in April. And speaking of, we've got a guy on the show that has helped out Chris quite a bit.
Yep.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to bring him on the show is that they're having a huge giveaway going on where you can actually, for 3 months, get to go on a trip. You get a rig, you get a trailer, and you get a route, and you get all kinds of fun shenanigans that are going to go with that. So let's bring on Jason with Waypoint. What's going on,
hey guys?
Man?
Hey, thanks for having me. How you guys doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. So
awesome.
What got you on the radar? And Chris had talked to me about you several times because of your help in helping him market it and do all the things for the MOORE Expo, which has just killed it. I mean, it's the fastest growing expo I've ever heard of.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's already, we're selling tickets like crazy right now. I mean, it's going to be huge this year. It's going to be exciting.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. But you guys are partnering with several different companies to do some kind of this amazing trip, and it's all going to start at the end of the MOORE Expo.
Yeah, that's right.
So tell us a little bit about what this campaign is.
Awesome. Yeah. So Waypoint, we're a marketing agency. We support outdoor companies that like build products, sell things. Chris, the expos, that sort of stuff. And this year we wanted to try something new to kind of meet some new partners and things like that. And so we created this campaign called For This Land. And For This Land Adventures is the handle on Instagram. ForThis.land is the website. And we are giving away a 3-month trip that leaves from MOORE Expo and it ends at another expo up in Oregon. And they'll have a route to go through. They're going to have a fully built out Tacoma with turtleback trailers behind it. And we have partners who are helping us build out this rig, supply it, and allow this content creator to take a 3-month journey and photograph the content, meet with the partners, do lives, and engage with them on social and all those sorts of things. And our partners get to, gather amazing content from all over the Western US, from Missouri on. And yeah, we launched it just right before Christmas, and entries for the content creators end at the end of this month. Well, end of February. So end of just about a month away. So
the end of the registration is going to be at the end of February.
Yep. So yeah, because we'll be selecting that content creator right at the 1st of March. That way we can prep them and get them ready and do the final build out with all of our partners before MOORE Expo.
Dude, I was so gonna ask, like, is the person gonna know before they go to the MOORE Expo?
Yeah,
that would be like hey, by the way, jump in the truck and go.
That's right. Just pack your bags. You'll be ready to go. I assume everyone has a go bag. It'll be fine, you know. So and we've already gotten dozens of amazing entries. It's been so great to see these videos that people are putting together about why they should be, you know, the content creator for this trip. People with like tons of experience, some with very little. You know, just kind of giving them an opportunity to, you know, start with a fully built out something, and it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, and what I found interesting, you and I talked about this the other day, was that you're really going for the right fit. It's not like you're looking for the one with the most followers or anything like that. You're looking for somebody that's just gonna just somehow strikes a chord with you guys. How is the vetting process gonna go? How are you gonna pick like who gets to go? Like, is there some kind of secret serum we need to know?
Well, I mean, the secret serum we can't share, but I mean, the big thing is like their story that they're sharing with us. You know, we want to hear like, you know, why they want to go travel. You know, why they want to represent these brands while they're out there. Why they want to, you know, travel across the country for 3 months. And I mean, just the stories are pretty compelling. And we do have some creators that have submitted that have 50,000+ followers. And we have some that, you know, have just a few hundred, you know, but they're amazing content creators, you know, people who have a passion for photography and video and those sorts of things. And it's been super fun to be engaging with people on Instagram through that channel. Cause you know, we've kind of separated it out from our business. It's like we're really kind of creating its own entity. It's going to run itself for this campaign, and kind of, it has its own brand, its own look, its own feel. And it's just a really fun project. And then partners have been loving it because they're going to get amazing content from all over, you know, some of the biggest national parks. We're going to be hitting the Tetons and Glacier and Yellowstone and down into Arizona. We're going to hit all the expos from MOORE to up in Oregon, and, you know, they'll hit the coast. It's just going to be a wild ride. We're going to hopefully be doing some rigs and coffees along the way, awesome. and show up and just kind of partner with some of the, you know, local shops as we go and meet people. And you know, this community, it's a tight community, you know, it's a welcoming community. And that's where this kind of idea came from, is how do we get more people involved into that community? So,
well, I think it sounds awesome. Now, did you mention what trailer's going to be used?
Yeah, so Turtleback's brand new shell trailer. So it just released here at the beginning of this year. We will be using that trailer, partnered up with the Tacoma. So that's going to be super exciting. It's super lightweight. You can build it out however you want. It's basically an empty trailer. They have a drawer system for it, but it is allowed. You can build it however you want to your camping needs, and that's kind of what we're doing. And then on the rig, we're going to have smart.
The person you choose is going to have input on how everything's kind of built out.
Especially those final details. Yeah. How are they going to like cook and things like that? Like we're working on all of so like Barebone Lifestyles, they make like plates and cutlery and a bunch of different things. It's all like enamelware and cast iron. So they're going to be supplying all of those things, but we'll be working with the content creator to make sure it's set up to what, you know, kind of things that they like, and make sure we have everything involved that they're going to need, and help make sure it's set up. Cause it's, you know, they're going to be packing some of their things, you know, I mean, it's 3 months, you know, so we want to make sure that they have some input on the comfort of it.
Be some things that will have an option for you to choose from, or something like that. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's why we're picking somebody early, because we got to work through some things, you know, the travel plans and you know, and with all the regulations that are occurring right now with various things, we want to make sure that we're covered with all that with that person.
Yeah, Lee, I might need you to drive the Frontier back, you know, from MOORE Expo.
I can do it.
So I was joking around with Sarah, my girlfriend. I was like, you know, I hope having him on the show doesn't mean I'm now friends and family.
That's right. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Super excited about that. Now tell me, With your company, what made you decide that you wanted to get into the outdoor community?
Yeah.
Because when you started, you could have gone many directions. Has the outdoor
Yeah.
adventure space been a space that you have always been attracted to, that you've been involved with? Tell me how you got
Yeah.
started with your company.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing marketing for about 20 years now. I was in-house for a long time. I've worked at another agency before we started Waypoint, and I've been in the outdoor space my whole life. I grew up in Flagstaff, Arizona. Have been going to, I mean, I've been to the original Overland Expo that was out at Munns Park. In back at Mormon Lake, back in the day. So, I mean, back when it was like super tiny, that's actually where I met Turtleback about 10 years ago. And they've been a client ever since. And so, been in this my whole life, man. My dad worked for the Forest Service. So I grew up, spending every waking minute outside and stuff. And so once I decided to go venture on my own and start my own agency. It's just where I'm passionate about. It's where our team's passionate about too. My art director, he drives a Jeep. I drive a Tacoma. And we spend a lot of times outdoors, and it's great when you get to work with people and products that you also love. And so it's been amazing to have partners from honestly all over the world now that are in this space that come to these expos and spend their time and energy trying to make, overlanding, off-roading, camping a better place. And we love helping them with it.
Well, it's pretty cool to see, a company like yours doing what you're doing for businesses. And you said you even, represent a few influencers and different things like that, but to actually see that you're part of the community as well, because I think that gets lost a lot of times. And knowing that you're actually part and just excited about what's happening in the community is amazing. Is pretty awesome. And I'm sure that helps you whenever you're going and talking to these companies about coming on, like, hey, look, I'm part of this.
Yeah, it definitely helps. It also helps with just like in the summers, we tend, I have 3 little girls, 8, 7, and 5. And every summer we spend about 5 weeks camping somewhere. Last year we were in Durango for 5 weeks. A couple years ago, we did 7,000-mile road trip. Using everything, and we just work remote, and it's great because you have clients that understand because they're also out. They're out doing the same things, and so we finally got Starlink, which made my life a little bit easier being a digital agency. So, but it's been awesome, and having clients that are in that space too. Like everyone kind of gets it, and so it's just it's a different life, a different work setup.
Yeah, I was checking out obviously your Instagram, and I was like, no, he's really doing it, because it's like the computers at the campsite. And I was like, that's pretty badass. That's pretty awesome. So hey, everybody's gonna get restless if we don't do this, but we need to do our mandatory whiskey drink, mandatory whiskey shot. So I am drinking Oil Fire as usual. What are you partaking of tonight?
This is Copperhead. It's from a local distillery here in Phoenix.
Yeah, very good. Well, cheers, everybody out there.
Yeah.
Natives go restless if we don't get to that pretty quickly in the show. We probably
I get that.
Long this time. So,
no worries.
That's awesome. Now, how'd you get hooked up with Chris with MOORE Expo?
Oh man, it's actually kind of a funny story. About 2 years ago.
Always.
That's fair. So 2 years ago, he posted from Moore's account and tagged Turtleback a sticker. And it was a sticker that we had designed for Turtleback. And the post was something like, looking to upgrade our sticker game this year, something like that. And it was just, that's all it was. And so I messaged him and said, we made that sticker. I'll make you a sticker. And we did. And it was, we told him we'd do it for free. It was just something, again, we love creating and stuff. And then he was like, well, what else do you do? And so we started chatting, and ended up I was at the expo last year for the first time, and we'll be at it again this year, and supported him through Big Iron. And now we rebuilt all his websites. We manage all his digital ads and management. And, went from this like small little, hey, we'll make you a free sticker to, I talk to Chris sometimes more than I talk to my family, so it's great.
Yeah. I remember the first time he mentioned to me the MOORE Expo idea. We were camping together, and we had a few drinks, and I was sitting there like, this guy's gonna do this expo? Like, I knew Camp Chris. So,
right.
So it was like this guy, and then from the first day, from the first event, the first day that I was there, I was like, okay, this is special. He had a line of people out the door, and we were both looking at each other like, what is going on? This is amazing.
100%.
So, and it is just skyrocketed from there. He's using more and more and more of the fairgrounds, and I'm super excited. I'm going to be on the storyteller row again, and then we're going to have a booth with Overland Radio. So we'll still be doing what we do, doing the interviews there, and we appreciate Chris for all of his support in that as well. So Big Iron's awesome. I missed it this last year, but the first year I was the MC, and hopefully I'll get to go to the one this year. So crossing my fingers.
That show's huge, and it's a great show for companies too. We've really enjoyed having our partners there, especially like the consumer forward partners, the ones that sell direct to consumer. I mean, that show is just great to go get a deal, go meet some really cool brands. And this year he's rented out the entire place, so it's going to be big. It's going to be good. Yeah,
very cool.
Absolutely.
So now, are you going to camp at the MOORE Expo, or are you hoteling it?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm camping this year. I would have camped last year. I just didn't want to figure that out that short notice. But yeah, this year, no, we're camping this year. I'm bringing the family out. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
I think this year is going to be an amazing experience. Camping last year was a little sketchy because the fairgrounds kind of took care of it, but Cindy Pope's going to kind of be in charge of running that.
That's
She's
right.
Amazing. So it's going to be a good time. So I'm super excited. Can't wait. I've already asked off.
It's going to be great.
The whole week of work. I'm going to leave the Friday before. I'm going to go and just do a bunch of camping, and actually I think Taylor from Independence Overland's gonna hang out with me a little bit, and he was just announced as a storyteller.
That's right,
for the MOORE Expo. So
there's almost 40 storytellers this year so far.
Are there really?
Which is super incredible. It's going to be, I mean, probably one of the most exciting sections of the whole expo. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's fun because a lot of times, you'll catch somebody standing by the rig, and you'll get to talk to them and learn about them and actually see them. And, you've seen these people on their YouTube channels or something like that. And now you're getting to actually rap with them and talk. So it's pretty amazing. Pretty excited about that.
Absolutely.
So
it's going to be great.
So what are your camping plans for this coming year? Do you guys have them laid out yet?
We don't fully. We're heading to Boulder for the kids' spring break in March, which is going to be exciting. It's going to be a little cold, but we're gonna do a little bit there. This summer, my kids switched to year-round school, so they chopped our summer break down to a much smaller time. So we're not 100% sure where we're going, but we're probably going to hit the Northwest again, up in the Oregon area, and go explore and end out the campaign up there with the content creator and see them and hang out with them up at the expo. So it should be great. Yeah. So cool. The setup will be at every expo inside of a booth. So that's going to be exciting. So
very cool. Now with the campaign that you guys have coming up, do you know roughly how many miles you're looking at this route, what it's going to be, or have you nailed everything down for it?
Not fully, because some of that's going to come like where we can build some relationships for some rigs and coffees and some hangouts along the way. But right now it's looking at about 8,200 miles total. And awesome. So it should be great. Leaving from MOORE, kind of heading towards Colorado at that point, and then it'll start zigzagging kind of back and forth as we kind of head up through there. So the rough route is planned, but not the final route yet. So we'll be announcing that probably the 1st of April, and excited to start. We'll be announcing partners here in this coming week, the latest ones that have signed. And man, we've got some cool stuff that are going to be on this rig, and they're going to get to play with some cool toys, great setup, and I mean it's going to be a fun trip for this creator.
That's awesome. Now, you told me earlier that your dad was, you say worked for the forest industry?
Yeah. Yeah, Forest Service for I mean, it's like 35 plus years. He retired up in Flagstaff from the Forest Service. So we started off as a hot shot way back in the day, and ended in computers in the last bit of his career there. So yeah, we grew up
That's a right
born and
turn.
raised in Flagstaff. Yeah. Yeah, and especially then because it was mainframe kind of stuff that he was doing. So it was definitely a big pivot, but yeah, born and raised in the forest, man, and it's the best thing that could have happened.
What's one of your favorite memories that you have running around with Dad in the forest?
Oh man, I mean, some of my favorite things with exploring with him is, having keys to kind of go explore some, some other parts of the woods that are, blocked off and various things, or exploring some of the radio towers because he'd have to go check some of those things, and so getting to climb up there and getting to see just the views from around there. I mean, there's just so many. I mean, there's not a bit of the woods up in the Flag area that we haven't explored or spent some time in, and it's been, now my kids get to do it. My kids camp a bunch and spend a lot of time outside, and it's good. It's just, I mean, it couldn't be better.
And that's exactly where I was going to go to next, because just like, the love for the outdoors, obviously your dad played a pivotal role in that, just in the industry that he was in, and taking you out there to go explore and go see that. It's so awesome to hear that you're doing that with your kids, because you're doing what your dad did. You're getting your kids out there, and hopefully, they get the bug as well. And how old are your kids?
I mean, I have 3 girls. They're 8, 7, and 5. So it is bonkers. They're super close together. But I mean, every single one of them loves the outdoors. And I mean, more often than not, they would choose to camp in our rooftop out in the driveway if that was an option. So like, it just, they love it, and I mean, I couldn't ask for better kids to explore the outdoors with. Yeah, they're awesome.
I don't know how many times I have had to open up the rooftop tent in the driveway to let my daughter just climb up there and hang out. My girlfriend's got 2 boys that haven't been introduced to camping as much, so every time we talk about it, there's like an ice storm that comes through, and I'm like, look, I don't want their first experience to be absolutely miserable. So
100%.
Let's plan a good one out for the first one. After that, we can do miserable, but the first one needs to be really good.
Yeah, you need to sleep well and eat well, and you'll love camping. I mean, that's what we tell. We have friends that come with us all the time, and we always just make sure they're comfortable and they get a good, like, something really creative and something interesting for food, and they're always super happy, and they'll always return after that. So.
Right on. Now, have we talked about some of the people that you already have that have stepped forward to be sponsors or
some partners
with the partner?
I mean, I think we have a couple, but let me just mention them because I mean they're all super excited for it. So we had talked about Turtleback Trailers, so they're supplying a trailer that's going to be fully decked out and ready to go. Smart Top is providing a top for the back of the Tacoma, because we got a really cool partner, an electric bike company called Electric E-Bikes. They're out here in Arizona. They're supplying bikes for the campaign, so the person will have some toys to play around with, which is super cool.
For me, you could stop right there. You could stop right there with e-bikes. I think that's the coolest thing ever. I want one so bad.
100%. I mean, if you don't have to exert too much energy, it's amazing, So, so super excited to partner with them. And then Big Country, who makes the Smart Top, they're providing awnings for us. So we're going to get, I mean, we were talking about the awning earlier. I mean, the thing is just a tank, and so we're going to have an awning on both the Tacoma and on the trailer. So that's going to be great for them to have plenty of shade that can withstand, anything. Bare Bones is doing, all of our like cookware, knives, plates. If you haven't seen their stuff, it's insane. It's crazy strong, and really, really just quality products. So they're out of Utah. A Sphere 4x4, they're out of Israel. They're going to be providing skids for the whole thing.
Love Ruth.
That's right. So super excited for that. Long Range America, Amy and Chris up there, they're going to be providing a tank, so maybe the creator won't have to stop quite as much, for some gas.
Dude, that's so much fun. Knowing that you got another tank worth of gas sitting there for you.
100%. So, and we have about 4 others that are real close to locking in. Can't quite mention them yet. And then, there's still room for about 6, 7 more. Just real excited. And I mean, anything you can think of out there that's been amazing in the industry, we're going to have a chance to play with on the route. And that's going to be just, so much fun. And showing up at expos, and hopefully the creator will get to know the community of influencers as well. You guys are also great and welcoming, and kind of learn from you all, and kind of set there if that's a career path that they want to go on, that kind of open some doors for them, which is a cool opportunity for them. So it's a great partner so far, and there's just more to come. And Chris is obviously a partner too, letting us debut at MOORE, and that's when we'll be publicly announcing the creator. So that'll be a super exciting thing. So,
dude, that's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and obviously, always looking for more. So if you're
100%.
somebody that can help, call a man up, and say, hey, look,
there we go.
We want to partner with you.
Yeah, if you got a product for a Tacoma, or just camping in general, you want great content created for for 3 months from all over the country, it's going to be great. And we're going to be the rig will be pretty minimally branded. That way it can feel more natural in photos and stuff like that. So we're super excited about that. So Overland Report's excited about electric.
We need chairs. We probably need some bags. We probably need some sleeping bags. We probably need some. There's all kinds of stuff we still need to.
Oh man, it's going to be so much fun. Yeah, I cannot wait. Yeah, so it's going to be a fun setup. That, I mean, who knows? I don't even know what we're going to do with it afterwards. It's just there's going to be so many places to go with it and do with it, and it's going to be fun.
Here's what I think, and of course I'm just totally BSing, but we used to watch those shows where they had the shopping cart and they had 60 seconds to run through.
Yeah.
We need to do that at the MOORE Expo.
I think so.
Shopping cart.
I mean, I assume that's what I assume. Chris is listening, so I sound. If he doesn't disapprove, I think it's approved. Then I mean, if he doesn't say no, it's a yes, right? So
exactly.
That's
I think I'm gonna put Chris on blast here for a second. At least there needs to be some kind of MOORE Expo care package that maybe some of the vendors there participate in and throw something in for the people.
There you go. Yeah, like a survival kit,
whatever it may be.
Yeah. We got to get one of them body wipe companies, that way they don't have to shower and stuff as much. Get some
dude wipe and a geyser.
That's
right.
Like that. That's right. Then they'll be all set up.
Yeah, I could call all kinds of people out on. Hey, you need to do this. So that's what we do here. And I think what we would want to do is we want to have updates on the road.
Yeah.
So obviously, if it's me, you're going to get the updates anyway. But if it's not me, we would love to be able to have the person come on a Tuesday, even if it was just for 5-10 minutes, just to give an update of what's going on, on the trip. And that way we can check in with somebody, and the listeners, the viewers, the people that are participating and tried to jump in this, we'll kind of get an idea up to date what's going on, and we can sit and rap with them for a little bit, and then they can go on their way.
I love it. Yeah, we are going to send them with Starlink, so that way, because we have a lot of live communication that we want them to be able to do along the road, and so it won't be a problem, which is going to be super exciting. So I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
let's do it. We'll put it on the calendar.
Yeah, very absolutely. Good. So we talked about it's going to be at the end of the month, end of February, when that's closed off. Tell everybody how they can, where they need to go to find out where they need to submit their application.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Everything's on our website. So forthis.land is the website, and there's become a creator application. Basically some questions about yourself, your channels, just so we can look you up and get to know you a little bit. And then the biggest thing is uploading a video about why you'd be a great content creator for the trip. And that's the biggest thing, and just kind of selling yourself as to why you would be able to represent these brands, and take take care of everything and enjoy this trip, and why you'd be the the best content creator. And I can tell you that the competition is already really tight. I mean, there's just some really amazing videos that people have put together, and I mean, I hope to meet all these people. I mean, they're from all over the country. We've had 2 internationally. Unfortunately, because of like the money transfer, we can't hire internationally. But eventually, maybe one day we will be able to. But this one is for U.S. only. But super excited to meet all these people, and our followings just keep growing on that channel, which we're just so like blown away by the response and everything. So yeah, check it out there. Give us a follow. Stay engaged. It's gonna be a fun 3 months when they leave MOORE, for sure.
And one more time, where is that they can fill out that application?
Yep, for this .land. So that's the URL. So for this .land, yeah.
And tell us what social media we can find Waypoint, because there's a few different things you've got going on.
Do yeah. So Waypoint Creative LLC is our handles in most like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all that kind of stuff. We also have Waypoint Outposts. So at one time we owned a glamping campground. Unfortunately, didn't make it through some stuff with the city, but we still do van rentals and stuff. I mean, we spend a lot of time in the outdoors. We spend a lot of time practicing what we preach and putting to work a lot of the stuff that we create for people. And so it's definitely a fun thing. But yeah, any of our Waypoint, but Waypoint Creative is our main channel, and we love to connect with people, and anything people want created, we can pretty much handle it for them. So.
Well, very cool. You heard it there. Thanks, Jason. We're gonna wrap it up. I really appreciate you coming on the show, and
my pleasure.
Hopefully you'll get even more applications that people heard it here and they send them in. So do that. 100%. I think it's going to be a great opportunity out there. Lee, you still back there? Lee, thank you so much for pushing all the buttons and doing what you do. Jason, again, thanks for being on. All you listeners out there, thank you for what you do. One more drink before we go.
Cheers.
There we are. And everybody out there, whatever you do, make sure that you go all over. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. See you.